Art's former Navy pilot. Got his flight experience then. Went up and got hired by Delta. I've lost him, I think. They're looking at your... He got hired by Delta. While he was with Delta, he was very instrumental in installing and getting in place and having them adapt their crew resource management program. So he's been very involved with that. Came to Westminster College, got a master's degree in professional communication. Has taught some courses here in problem solving. He now lives up in Oregon, where he does a variety of things, including writing a book, and his book's entitled The Captain's Airline on Approach to Disaster. He's done a great deal of thinking about what makes the cockpit safe. If you would, please welcome Art Sampson.
They did some analysis of our pilot group, and there was a lot of resistance. This was a very hierarchical cockpit at Delta, and there was a lot of resistance to this idea that maybe you were going to be taking away the captain's authority by focusing on more communication and possibly subordinate crew members, trying to take over. Well, of course that didn't happen, but that was the attitude when we started.
Well, let me leave you with a couple of ideas about being an effective junior member of the team, because that's where you're going to start, and it's an enormously important position. We seem to talk endlessly about leadership and seldom, if ever, about followership, but that is keenly important. When you think about it real carefully, in multi-piloted airplanes, what we most want is for the leader to be able to think clearly.
The captain gets around to calling the purser in the back, and he asks, "Do you smell smoke?" And the purser answers, "Yes, we smell smoke." And notice that there was no other exchange of information. The captain didn't ask for more information, and nor was the purser able to provide more information. In the same way that the co-pilot wasn't able to say, "Stop, let me look at this for a moment," he had to give the captain an answer, just as the purser did. They descended for more than 10 minutes with the left engine burning and the good right engine shut down. Now you can imagine what happened. When they maneuvered for approach, yes.
I do a lot with physician training as part of my job, and I think one of the biggest challenges that I see in what we do is having the frontline staff feel comfortable and safe to raise the red flag. Hey, that engine doesn't sound right.
Right.
And when the doctor is the captain and the point of the pyramid.
Yes.
And how did, in working in airlines, since there are so many similarities and life's all on the line, how do you approach that? How do you build that confidence?
I thank you for that question. I didn't build that into my prepared notes, but that's an obvious one. And I've read the work of Dr. Lucian Leap, and he addresses that very directly. We have sort of a get out of jail free card that we can play. And that is